You never want to start your morning like this. Heading to a doctor's appointment, Highway 17, US Highway 17 near Hampstead, which is a main thoroughfare. Had a wreck and was clogged up, so I went the back way. And about 100 million people also chose the back way, unfortunately. So here I am, about 10 minutes away from my doctor's appointment, although I've only got to go about half a mile. You guys are going to have to forgive me. I get in the shop and I start working, and I forget that I'm supposed to be doing YouTube videos. I just start working on something. Well, I was cleaning up from yesterday, get everything set away, trying to figure out where I can put some of these tools I got to work on before I sell them. And I took out this machete, which is, to me, nothing more than something you can call a sword. It was completely rusted and junky, and I've already worked on it a little bit, so here's the machete. Haven't sanded the handle yet, but I've got the blade kind of sanded a little bit, looking kind of shinier. Haven't gone to the wet sandpaper yet to get that final look. I sharpened it. There's a few chips in the blade though, you can see. So I can sharpen it some more until I get those chips out, I guess. But I don't want to go too far. It's a cool looking sword, man. You don't want to mess it up, man. I feel like I'm Knights at a Round Table with this bad boy. But I'm going to sand the handle. I'll maybe restain it. I don't know what I'll do with it. We'll see. Sand it down a little bit. Maybe just put a clear coat on it. And then get some wet, dry sandpaper and try to make this really shine. And then I'll show you guys if I'm successful. Or if I'm not, then I just forgot to show you. Wink, wink. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of water on my rag here. And kind of just get the blade damp. A little bit of dampness. Maybe a little bit more than that. And once I get the blade damp, I can run this sandpaper across it. I ran out of 400 grit. Or I threw the last thing away because it was pretty used up. I have 2,000, so we'll see how the 2,000 works. I get these sanding pads at Walmart. I guess they're like Hyper Tough. I can just put different grades of sandpaper on each one. I got one for like 80 or 60, one for 120, one for like 320 or 220. I think this one's 320. And then one for the higher grit. I'll probably get another one. Maybe get a 400 and a 2,000. Or like a 600, 2,000, something like that. You can see it really start to shine after you use the higher grit. But looks like there's some deeper grooves in this thing. You can start to see a symbol on there now. The symbol of an alligator and number W/02 maybe. I'm not sure what that is. But I'm gonna finish this sucker up and I'll show you guys when I'm done. I'm getting some tools ready for listing, for sale. I got myself this Made in USA. See, it's an SK 47155 3/4 inch wrench, in pretty good shape. A nice heavy duty wrench too. So with all these, I'll look them up online to see what they go for typically, and then price it accordingly. This is that, I think Japanese, it's like a Honda motorcycle deal or something like that. Honda motorcycle, that's what HM means. So it's just a wrench that goes for that sort of work. And then this one is a Proto torque wrench. So I'll put a couple pictures up of that one there. I got my candle burning. Nice smelling candle. The Posh Sloth candles. Get one today. And then over here, I'm working on my sword/machete. And got the blade. The blade's still not smooth. Put a polish on the blade, maybe to help out a little bit. And I got the handle and I stained it that honey color, and I have to spray some lacquer on it here in just a minute. And I'll do that when I'm heading out of the room so I won't asphyxiate myself. So up here on Amazon, I can see I got my SK 47155 sales for $99. Now, I'm not going to get $99 for it, but going for roughly half the price is a pretty good deal on something that just cosmetically has a couple issues, but not much. So 40, 50 bucks is what I'll start at and see how it sells. I'm searching for sold listings on eBay, and it looks like the Proto selling for 75 bucks there. Similar one's 60 bucks. So if we got it sold for 75 and they paid $24 in shipping, and I hope to sell it locally, that's what I hope to do most of the time. We'll see. I'll start it somewhere at 65, 70 bucks, and I'll add shipping for people who want to order it online, but we'll see how it goes. I do need help with something. I have this wrench right here, and I have no idea how to find out more information about it. It's a ratchet, and it is from, as you can see here, hopefully, Japan. It's from Japan. It's a ratchet, and that's all the information I have about it. It is an interesting looking deal. Let me turn the camera around, let you see it a little bit closer. So this is what it looks like. I cleaned it up a little bit, and not quite sure. It's about probably 6 or 7 inches long. Nothing else really written on it but Japan, but I feel like it's some kind of specialty deal or something a little bit special. I don't know. But if any of you guys know any information about it, put it in the comments, because I'd be curious about that. This is another cool one. This is a Lufkin tape measure. A lot of us know Lufkin tape measures, but everything's metal. The tape is metal. It's one of them long distance measuring tapes, like 100 foot. I repainted the handle of it. It was orange. It was all beat up, so I repainted the handle so it looked a little bit better, and shined it up just a little bit. Nothing crazy. Just cleaned it up. I just thought it was really cool. It's an old school vintage version of something that a lot of us have, but just kind of a neat version of it. So I like it. And I got a couple of these Mayhew cold chisels, big ones. I cleaned those up too, oiled them, just kind of made them look as good as I could. And they're actually in pretty good shape here, and looks like they're pretty beefy. For anyone that doesn't know, if you're chiseling into masonry, you protect your hand and you can hit the top with a little baby sledgehammer to chisel with. That way your hand's protected from the vibration and from hitting yourself with the hammer. So they're really good to have, especially in the trades. So I'm sure someone will come along, but I have to look up and see how much they cost, all that good stuff. But, you know, cool little deal. So we got a Mayhew 4-inch by 7.5 inch, which is pretty close to one of them. For 18 bucks it sold, free shipping. Can't really find the other one on there. This one measures 3.5, and this one's just under 3. This one's a little bit longer. They both have the orange handle, so I think if I assume both of them cost around 18 bucks, I got the handles for these, so maybe I could charge the full 18. They sold on eBay for 18, but eBay is a little bit different market than a local market. And if I have the handles, maybe I can still get away with 18, charge maybe $35 for a pair of them. See how that works. It seems like that might go a little steep in this area. Maybe I'll back it down to 30. You guys let me know what you think about these things. And let me see if I can look up the Lufkin metal tape measure. So it was sold for $134.95, a brand new version of one that looks very similar. It's not the same, it's pretty similar. That seems like an extremely high price, but it did sell, so I don't know. Let me see if I can find another one. If not, then I don't know what we're gonna do. I know it ain't gonna sell for $135 here. Now this is more like it. Sold on December 1st, $46.32 plus $9 shipping. Lufkin vintage 100-foot real surveyor's tape measure, redwood handle. Yeah, so they call it red. It was orange here, but same difference. So that one sold for $46.32. That's a lot closer. So maybe we'll do something like $30, $35 for that one too.